are live.
All
That's
two of us.
As Phil drops his hand up.
Nah, I got this. I'm on that gooseneck. I'm good to go.
That's the stuff. What are you working on?
You were saying something about some McKay stuff. I remembered I had one of those, so I am messing around with that.
Here's what I've got so far.
Oh, cool. Which one's that?
The Raptor. Yeah.
Okay. I have the Fireball SG.
Okay.
So there you go.
I have one of the little ones.
This is a little one, yeah.
It didn't come from a box. It's one of the Gashapon ones.
Yeah, I think these are
the first wave of Gashapon ones. So
right.
like when they weren't awesome, now they're like way better.
Gotcha. I think those are arguably better than these, to be perfectly honest. But at least the cockpit hatch opens the right way.
Well, it happens.
Max, where you at?
So I'm trying this hand painting lacquer thing.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna stick, man. I'm gonna try it for this one, but we're gonna see what happens. It's not that I don't like it. I'm not really sure of it.
Yeah, Hang's kind of my go-to dude on that stuff, but I don't. I mean, I still don't even own a lacquer paint, so. Yeah, I'd have some. Thank you.
You don't own a lacquer paint?
I don't.
I'm gonna mail you one lacquer paint.
So I can say I got that one.
Just one.
I've painted acrylic for like 30 years, man. That's what I know.
Yeah, if it's not broke, don't worry about it.
Yeah, there's really nothing you can do with a lacquer that I can't do with an acrylic. So it's like, if that happens, then I'll get into it, you know. But yeah. So far, I haven't seen any lacquer effect I can't reproduce with an acrylic. So that's how it is. I do like the ease of airbrushing thing, but I also like having the same equipment for everything I do. So
yeah,
it's kind of
that's the one big thing about lacquers is they're nice to airbrush.
Yeah, like, for sure.
Acrylics suck in the airbrush, and I don't know why.
I can help with that, but
I mean, I know it's a lot of like I gotta build these coats up real fine and like do this and spray low, but it's just like something like Vallejo.
Yep.
It's finding that sweet spot for like thinning them because it's like razor thin. You know, you put like a drop too much thinner in it and it's water.
Yeah, I mean the big thing with those is you got to understand exactly what it is that your thinning agents do, and that they actually different thinning agents oppose each other. And so like if one thing makes this effect happen, then you put in a little bit of that thing. If that thing makes this happen, you put in a little bit of that thing. It's basically just it's thinner versus suspension versus water. Like, and once you understand the relationship those three elements have with each other, then you can fix the paint in 2 seconds. It's one of those things that like it changes everything, but it's incredibly hard until you do it. Yeah. And then once you do it the one time, it's just fixed. You never have the problem again, ever. Thank you, honey. Appreciate it. Yeah, like I said, just sometime I'm actually going to do like a whole stream on it here in the near future when we get that stream kicked off next week. So I can
I'll definitely check that out then.
Yeah, I'll just be doing a whole lesson on like the steps that you go through while assessing what your paint needs, and then just doing it right there in front of everybody so you can see how it works. And like I said, like I wrestled with it forever. Like I got so frustrated with it, I almost like threw my airbrush at the wall for real. And I finally, that dude I was telling you about, Marco Forsoni, actually did.
Man.
That dude rules. He did a real quick video on his YouTube channel about how to use the thinning agents and what they actually do. And once I understood that, it was just like, well, shit. Like, that fixes everything. And it never seems to matter how many times I tell people to go watch that. Nobody ever fucking watches it. So I'm just going to fucking do it.
I haven't seen that. because I subscribe to him. I watch a lot of his stuff.
Yeah, it's one of his earlier videos. Like, it's just I think it's actually titled "Fitting for the Airbrush," but it's yeah, it's crazy. Like once you understand what the additives actually do, then everything makes sense. The problem with airbrush additives is that people come up with fun names for them instead of calling them what they are. So, yeah. But once you know what they do, it's just like done, fixed. So I'll do that here in the next couple of weeks.
Good. Looking forward to it.
Cool. And I'm going to have Heng do one on the lacquers, hand painting lacquers. So you can do demonstrations of him using them his way. Do you want to maybe do one on airbrushing lacquers? Because I haven't got anybody for that yet.
I could.
If you would like to, I'd love to have you. I want to get people that actually like know the ins and outs of everything so that they're getting, reliable information on stuff. I see so many YouTube videos that either have like incomplete information or out and out misleading information based on context.
Yeah. Like it's sometimes like the biggest rule, and we were talking about this in the chat earlier, is like, it's not tools, it's not brands, it's not
totally.
That stuff. Sometimes what works for you, but don't put it out there as fact.
Exactly.
And that's kind of like a big mantra I've tried to, live a lot of my streams and philosophies and videos and stuff by, is like, if I don't know how to do something, I'm not going to teach it to you.
Yeah, don't fake anybody out.
If I don't know how to do something, I'm going to point you at somebody who does know what they're talking about.
Right.
That way you have at least the right information. I don't care that like, oh, you're learning from so and so, that shouldn't matter.
I've just lucked out in the last couple of years and managed to find so many people that really are experts at what they do. And I'm just like, I'm exactly like you. I've always been the, if I don't know, I know a guy, hey, Backstep. Yeah. But then I was like, well, what if I just pulled the guy in here? So that's kind of what I'm trying to do with this thing.
I'll cut the middleman out. He's right here.
Yeah, here he is. Look at that.
What's going on, Andy? How you doing, man?
But yeah, I'm really excited. We're going to test everything out tonight with the new setup rig and everything. I still need to get a different machine for pushing stuff on my end, but the other guy that hosts the show with me is a super huge computer dude and tech worker and everything. So I think I'm just going to let him handle the nuts and bolts for now while we get it going, just so we can get it going.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
So we've been planning out the format and everything for a couple of months now. I'm pretty jazzed to get cooking.
Good. I'm looking forward to seeing it in action.
It'll probably be a pretty glorious train wreck in the beginning, but we'll see what happens.
It always is, but as long as you get better,
it'll just be good info, like don't judge me on the quality of anything else, but the info will be solid. Yeah, that's about all I've really been working on for a while. I've been messing with this SD goof for a while, and that's just about ready to paint, but I didn't quite get it paint ready today.
Don't rush it.
I'm not. And I realized that there are some spots that I should probably try scribing on, even though I really suck at it. But fuck it, I need to get better. So
yeah, it comes with practice, man. Let the tool do the work.
I know.
That's like the hardest. Like once you kind of realize that. Yo, what's going on, Mike?
Hey, Mike.
Once it's like once you realize or break the habit of like, I have a scriber in my hand and I want to make a big deep line. I'm gonna
right.
Pass. Once you kind of let go of that, scribing becomes a lot easier.
Sure.
And that's something I struggled with for a very long time.
Yeah, it's been tough for me. I think I'm starting to get it a little bit, but it's still just like I'm at that really inconsistent phase. Yeah. Where like I'll pull a really nice line and then the next one will be total shit,
Yeah. Well, the other thing I used to combat with a lot was scribing tape. Like I could not get any kind of scribing tape to like hold to the surface, and I don't know why. And now, like, it just works. I don't know what happened or what changed, but
It was
it's
recommended to me to clean the surface with alcohol first, which I haven't tried yet.
I've tried everything.
Really?
Seems like what works for me now is if I lightly sand the surface with like an 800 or higher.
I
have no problems.
Okay, I'll try that too. I'll try anything because I'm with you. I can't get tape to stick for shit.
So. Well, I still can't get Dymo tape to stick.
Really?
But, like the actual scribing tape, I have no problem.
Okay.
And I just chalk that up to it being different adhesives.
Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to check it out. On my last one, I was like, you know what? Screw it. I draw straight lines on curved surfaces for a living. I should be able to do this without tape. And when I did it, I thought I did. And then I painted it. And I was like, ooh. I did not do that. That is not the way that went.
There's a lot of like little, I don't want to say cheats, but like little shortcuts you can take that'll help you with stuff like that. Like, like I'll use like a knife and I'll just kind of like lay it flat against what I want to scribe.
Okay.
And then I'll kind of like drag it along and make like a little pilot line.
Right.
And then I'll scribe on that.
Okay. That also makes sense. Down to try pretty much anything at this point because I have failed at everything I've used so far.
What are you scribing with?
I've got just Dymo tape and some. I've got some MadWorks chisels and some BMCs and X-Acto blades and whatever's handy laying around. I think I had an engraver that I made myself before I actually got scribes. I don't know. You know me. I got stuff.
Hey, if it works, it works.
Right. How did this
I'm gonna ping Hang and see if he's. Yeah. Maybe we just missed the thing.
I think Joel said he was grabbing some food and he'd be along.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Where's it? Okay. Man, I don't know about this. I got a little ambitious, and by a little I mean a lot, and did the whole tried the open hatch design on the 135th.
Oh,
probably not a great idea on my part.
I think Donnie did one of those.
Yeah, I've got some dudes that are okay for it, but definitely weren't made for it, so it's kind of questionable judgment here. Yes.
I hope that you get an Oreo distribution soon.
There's going to be an Oreo distribution?
Well, I hope that you get an Oreo.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that you want me to have an Oreo. That's very cool of you.
And also, show Mama's denim for me.
Show Mom's what now?
Show Mom's denim for me.
Why would I want to do that?
So that you can do Atlas's things. Kill the denim.
Oh, right. Gotcha. Okay.
Kill the denim.
Okay.
The denim.
I'm gonna talk to my friends for a little bit. Okay. Right.
Kill the denim if you see it.
Okay, will do. Thank you. Whoop. There goes that guy. Didn't like him anyway. Forget it.
Nobody liked that guy.
That guy was too short. I don't care.
There we go. I turned on a little. I found there's like a setting where it turns on or it plays a noise when people jump in.
Oh yeah.
And it's super helpful when you're not paying attention.
Hey guys,
for sure. Hey, Ang.
What's up, man?
Oh. How are things in the sunny Bay Area?
But, like, just pretend to eat it, alright? And do it
Nora, honey, I'm talking to my friends right now. Okay.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I got you. You got us.
Yeah, I'm. Okay, I had to switch my audio real quick.
Got it.
How are you guys doing?
Hanging in there.
Doing pretty good. How about you?
Pretty good. Just getting everything cleaned up, and then I can hopefully paint with you guys.
Hang, I need you to start making YouTube videos so I can know how to do this shit half as good as you.
Are we all working on Mac A today?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Is there like a consistency you like to have your paint at? Like, obviously.
I'll show you guys right now.
Do it.
Oh, you got the palette. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong.
And then this is what I'm using, the Gaia Brushmaster. Let me see if there's a way I can get my camera a bit lower to the thing.
What kind of camera are you using?
It's like a Logitech camera. My friend who works at Twitch gave it to me. And he's like, this is like a good streaming camera. So
You might be able to go into the settings and zoom in.
okay, let me remount this real quick. And then, god dang it, I need one of them gooseneck things.
Get a lamp, dude.
Yeah, I know. I saw your lamp, and I was like, "Dang, lamp is the way to go."
Fixed.
That was some impressive
Cheap hacking.
MacGyvering.
Of course, now I kind of miss my lamps, but whatever. I got goosenecks.
Well, I mean, lamps are a lot cheaper than
Oh yeah,
those
yeah. $5 versus that.
Yeah, I can't believe those desktop tripods are like $75.
I mean, that's dumb. I got one that had like 2 and a phone mount for like 30. Like people are just charging up the ass for streaming products right now because everybody wants to stream.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, if you got a $5 desktop lamp and some duct tape, you can mount anything.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather save my money to buy that North Korean T-shirt. You know?
Yeah, right. You're
Also,
losing your mega edge status, man. Like, come on.
Yeah. Also, what are the odds that Joel knew that person?
All of
that
them.
was really fun.
I've come to the opinion that like there's a finite number of proper weirdos in this land, and I know enough of them that there's probably like a 6 degrees thing going on at this point. So.
Well, I mean, it's funny that he was like, this person's pretty well known around here, and I'm like, I don't see how they could not be if they just,
That one just existing is probably loud enough.
Yeah. Oh no! I mean the other person who goes around dressed in all DPRK gear.
Sorry, my bad. I didn't mean to confuse them.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Lennon.
I don't know if his mic is working.
I see.
Oh, hey, Lennon.
I need to ask that man if he plays Call of Duty. Because I was playing the other night with my boys, and this dude named Lennon kept killing me.
He just wanted to let you know he was there.
Hey, can I just say, we were talking about someone wearing a Marxist T-shirt, and someone called Lennon just came on the call.
Yeah, everything's cool.
Yeah.
I think Lennon might be a Fed.
Or the KGB.
Right. Could be that.
the other feds. Okay, let me get a.
Hey, Annie. Now to see if I can put this thing back in one piece after stupidly trying to hatch it.
With enough glue, anything's possible.
I believe.
Yeah, that was really surprising to me that yours is the Hasagawa kit,
Uh-huh.
and the hatch is molded in one piece.
Yeah, that bumped me up.
When the little Gashapon 500 yen ones have the hatch as a separate
Right.
part.
We were just talking about that earlier. He was like, I just had one of the gachapods. I'm like, well, at least yours had the right hatch on it.
It might. I don't know. I haven't looked at it. It's one of the first ones.
The Generation 1 Gashapon with the hollow legs.
Yeah. I was really bummed when I saw like they got popular and they did really well, and then they did a second wave and they were all like a lot better.
And they have a part to fill in the leg holes.
Leg holes.
So I don't know if you can see, but this is the paint consistency I'm doing. It's kind of like it
is pretty thin.
Yeah, I do a lot of thin layers.
Now, do you use like a small brush and go for like a lot of brush strokes, or do you do like a larger brush? And...
This is the brush I'm using. It's I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use this one, and then to feather the edges, once I have the colors put in, I'm going to use. These are kind of the secret weapon. Are these Japanese brushes called Bunsedo, and they have these very, very kind of like really soft bristles that are good for like blending.
I've seen those a lot, and I've always wondered what they were.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny when I first got it, I painted an entire model that way, but I realized this is going to take way too long if I keep doing this.
Tom says he's in.
Oh, he didn't make the noise.
Tom!
Tom!
I turned the noise on and it didn't play it.
Didn't make the noise. I don't know.
Very few things.
Like that noise?
No, that's Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Which I should probably close.
How are you, Tom?
I'm hanging in there. Yourself?
Pretty good. Yeah, it's funny. I was going to say this is now our spring Tatsu hangout that we would have done in person normally.
Right? That would have actually been that was the beginning of April, or it was supposed to be the beginning of April. Yeah, we're way overdue for the fact that you're only a 45-minute drive from me.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen you since November.
Oh, did you? When we were at the winter Tatsu thing.
Okay, mid-December. All right.
Because I got your Secret Santa.
Oh, that's right.
With the Gunnies.
Hey, Denny.
There was a lot of stuff in there this year. Not as much as last year.
What Mac are you working on, Tom?
I'm working on Doorback actually.
So Mac Hay, Jason.
And Jake, yeah, exactly. 124 instead of 120.
Nice.
Behold my beautiful workspace full of work.
Oh shoot! You know what? Speaking of Doorback, I'll be right back.
They get the all modded up. And I've been working with these good old fashioned acrylic nails for little thruster covers for the back of the feet.
Hell yeah.
Did you guys hear
Hear
the
me now,
noise
guys?
that came in? Did you hear it?
Yeah, we're getting you now, man.
It made a beep.
Cool.
Beep beep. Get my Kobayashi on.
Nom 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 nom.
Delicious. I could get out of my car.
Join the team.
Is everybody doing Mackay right now?
I think it was just by coincidence. I don't know if Lennon's doing it or not.
He does other things?
I don't know.
No, I was joking.
I'm just like in full random mode anytime I see you guys. Like I think last time I was painting like a goblin.
Whatever strikes.
Right.
Well, the iron's hot. Let's see. There we go. Now I can be like everybody else. That wasn't hard.
I think you probably have like the most varied stash out of all of us.
Probably safe to say.
I build a lot of weird stuff. I mean, you can have the short tour if you want. All right behind me. Plus that was brilliant. Let me unplug all my extra screens so I can move my computer around. There we go. Here's all the wacky stuff.
Word.
And then there's more in these that haven't come out. But
you start to get unpacked a bit?
that bottom, no, I just have nowhere to put it.
Okay.
And then all the in progress stuff. And then the big stuff like hiding in the box here.
Gotcha.
Like this big LED mirage. And then the random Guyver stuff that's around.
We've got a twin tower around here somewhere.
I do not. That is. I have plenty of very rare, very large kits that I have not worked on since owning. Twin Tower is not one of them.
Yeah, I don't think I ever want to mess with that one.
I would love to mess with that one, but I think I got to finish some of the other giant ones first. Like I have some wacky. I have a 124 Gundam in the closet. He's a big boy.
That is a big boy.
He needs some work. What the hell was I even doing? It's been so long since I looked at this kit. This kit came out and I was like, oh, I'm so excited. I'm gonna like build the cows. The cows is like my favorite Mackay design.
It is a cool suit.
And then like immediately like other things happened. I would say that like more than half of my backlog is stuff that has been partially worked on.
That's something that we both have in common.
Oh yeah, I don't have an unbuilt backlog. I have one unbuilt kit. Like everything
I have a couple.
These are things like halfway through Snap because like I get into modification process and then a deadline comes up for something else.
Right.
And so I move on to something else. And then I come back to things. I'm like, I'm not feeling it right now.
Right.
Eventually stuff comes back around.
I think it's good to have more than one thing at a time going on.
Oh, totally.
It's nice to be able to step away and still be productive.
I don't understand this productive.
What?
It's like that thing you're supposed to be at work, but you're also supposed to enjoy it.
It's like a thing that like many meats in one meat, like a turducken.
Speaking of, I'm gonna drop off as soon as food gets here. So I love you, but I love burgers more.
I understand.
I wish I had burgers.
I love you, but I've chosen burgers.
That was yesterday for my birthday, and my folks like paid for really expensive burgers, and the delivery person came like a half an hour late, so they were like kind of cold. And it was
Fuck all that.
So today, Kristen was like, "I'm gonna go grab grub. I need to go out anyway, so like put in a curbside pickup." And I was like, "I'm not gonna argue with that."
Yeah.
Did Moki send you a train set?
No, Kristen has one though. I'm the only one who have a train set now.
He sent me a train set with a letter that said, "We doing train models now."
Oh, we doing trains.
So I was like, "Yeah, let's put it on top of my fireplace."
Nice.
And then I was like, "Why is it so large?"
Yes, the train set is huge.
So big.
It's like a full layout.
Have you guys seen Rod Stewart's train set?
No.
I remember when they were talking about it, like when he was helping out the British guys, where the kids destroyed their entire layout.
Oh yeah.
And so I feel like I've looked at it, but it did not stick with me.
It's huge.
I mean, he's been working on it for like 30 years or
Yeah,
something.
I guess he would tour with a separate tour bus.
No.
So he would go on the tour bus and work on trains.
What?
The hobby tour bus.
Oh
That's
my
the dream.
god.
Absolute legend.
That is rock star status that today's nerds could only dream of.
Yeah.
I don't think Metallica has enough money for that. Like,
No, they probably do, but
that's insane.
They choose not to spend it on
Yeah, but Metallica has very like dad hobbies, from what I understand. They're all like like Guy Fieri type guys.
Okay. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I'm just saying, like a separate tour bus for your train set.
Yeah.
Doesn't the drummer live in San Francisco?
I think two of them still live in the Bay Area, and then I want to say the guitarist still lives somewhere in like the Berkeley Hills, I think.
I mean, if you got real estate here, don't walk away from that.
Yeah. I mean, you have to be Metallica to own a house in San Francisco.
Really,
Let's see.
odds are pretty modest for out here.
The owners of houses around here, Mark Zuckerberg, and members of Metallica.
I mean, they had to sue Napster just to pay the mortgage, you know.
so that's what that was actually about.
Yeah. That's on the behind the music.
I can choose Napster though.
Speaking of Metallica, did you know that on what album was it? I think Master of Puppets. They tuned all the instruments slightly off and recorded it slightly slower, and then sped it up so it sounded right.
Huh. What was the idea behind that?
Just so there's more room to not mess up because you don't have to play it as fast. Live.
But what happens when you play it live?
Well, I think that's where all the jokes that like Lars can't actually play drums well comes from, because he's been using studio magic this whole time to to improve.
I wonder.
He pretty much leans on like one or two drum beats anyway, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, nowadays metal drummers all use sample replacement anyway, so it's pretty moot to like criticize them for that.
People still employ drummers, but the machine's never. It's always on time.
It is.
What are my tools? I can't live in a world where I only had 4. I need quarantine to be over so I can go back to having a whole desk for stuff, my actual work PCs and stuff.
All right, let's start a Helios fund. Everybody in the crew will throw like $5 and we'll just buy Tom a desk.
No desk left behind.
No. The desk that I'm on is
No, I understand.
for my hobby.
That's the joke. is we're just going to send you a desk.
I don't have any room to put it anywhere.
Mega desk, quad desk.
We moved out of like a 2-bedroom house to a much smaller, like it's a townhouse, and so like we already don't have room for stuff. And this is the first time in my life where I have like a storage unit on top of. It's terrible.
Why did I do this?
Because the landlord was doing construction, we couldn't keep living in the last machine.
It's so close to
Chris,
work. You
you
didn't
did-
have to leave.
You moved like right before this.
Oh,
Yeah.
look, Dave coming in clutch. $2 towards the desk fund.
Oh,
No.
yeah, Dave.
Wait, did I YubiKey in the private chat? Sorry.
Did you?
I think I used my like work. Oh no!
Which door hack are you doing, Tom?
I put the door vac away and I pulled out the cows.
Okay.
But I have been working on the hyperdunk pretty much.
I was on the schooling app.
I love it.
So, Hank, when you resculpt my cage of binding, right? So, like, you know, so do you putty do what you call it?
Yeah, that's kind of like most of the guys that resculpt joints are actually do.
Yeah.
The solder wire.
Just as flexible as you want. I sometimes craft the store,
Ooh,
but yeah, so if you have soldering, how is wire? Yeah,
Yeah.
I got some of that somewhere.
but even if you have brass around,
Yeah, I don't, okay. I couldn't leave alone at Mackay Ancillary.
It's all right. When Joel gets here and he's not working on anything, we'll just all heckle him.
Can I join you in what?
Heckling.
I mean, you know, I can do. There's some things that money can't buy. For everything else, there's put a burger in my face.
Well, I haven't seen you since November either, so it was nice to bump into you for a minute at least.
It's true. I mean, I'm not gone yet.
Okay.
I came up.
Like, is there some place to find out more about the backstory of these things, or like,
that is one. Yeah, that is one of the most common things that people ask when
I believe it.
Yeah.
There's not that much.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's what everybody asks.
Yeah.
They just seem like there should be.
I mean, it's kind of inconsequential, to be honest.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
interesting coming from you, seeing as how you are 90% of the reason I know anything about Mackay, and it seems every time I talk to you like there's so
Design instructions or whatever. I'm just like, who does this guy fight? You know?
So there's two factions.
Right.
And then it's funny that the factions don't even have like emblems.
Right.
That's how like not, you know,
Not fleshed out. This is.
yeah.
Man, when they make this movie, it's gonna be wild. Nobody's gonna know what's going on.
I
Well,
was under the impression there were like comic strips or something in hobby magazines about.
there is, but the comic strips are like 5 pages.
like this. Well,
Yeah.
because the entire thing is voice command anyway.
But then when you look at the actual models, it's very clear that your arms go in the arms.
Right.
yeah.
Maybe he grew a new one. You know, it's the future.
Painkillers or
He
something.
was already missing that arm. That's why he has Dragon driving robots softly, naturally
Right.
installed.
Okay.
It's not like we ever see the guy outside the robot.
So my hand.
It's a pretty.
I mean, I think that one thing that makes everything so obscure is that I don't think that many of the content that is related to backstory is translated, or is ever going to be translated. Maybe with the movie coming on, but Ko just say that he really wants to keep the movie and all the modeling stuff really apart. trying to avoid any future copyright issues.
Yeah, it's its own thing. So I think it's going to be like G1 and Bay Formers, is what it seems like.
Mhm.
That is not the best way to get invoking this. I think.
To be fair, given his history of fighting for ownership of it with Hobby Japan, I don't really blame him for that.
Yeah. He probably is tired for that bullshit.
Yeah.
He was like, sure, if you want to give me money to do something with it, fine, but like the rights are not transferable.
Mhm.
I know more about the weird history of the kits that I think at this point. Just from
I think that the kid history is more documented than the actual backstory.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's pretty obvious when you find kits. I mean, like the Raptor, and you see all these different boxes from Nito and then Hasegawa, and then
Right.
So it's pretty obvious that something happened there.
Every IP in this like genre or milieu or whatever that I've ever seen has gone through stuff like that. Like
Mhm.
they always seem to just like constantly be hopping around between merchandisers and the guys that benefit from having physical stuff for their world are always like having the hardest time with it.
Yeah. Or maybe G1 and Bay Formers is a bad analogy.
That was pretty harsh.
Maybe it's more like, like Macross and Mosquito and Robotech.
Okay.
I mean, and they let everybody Macross at this point. Anybody can make a Macross kit, right? They just game workshopped it, and they were like, anybody can have the rights if they pay.
Right.
Yeah. I still want to eventually get that Wave VF4.
Yeah.
Did you guys saw the video of Max Watanabe making push-ups with that thing on his back?
That sounds like.
I really want to know more about that guy because I mean, every piece of information that I discover about him is like, who is this guy? Why he can do that? Everything he wants he's. I mean, I'm not sure if he's the owner, the actual owner of Max Factory. Like, I mean, his name is on the.
I think
on
that's
the title,
him, isn't it?
Wait, Max?
and it's like.
Yeah, Max Watanabe.
Yeah.
I mean, he's able to do whatever he wants because he's got that Hatsune Miku money.
What? He owns Hatsune?
No, well, because Max Factory, they have the toy license for that. So like
Okay.
Every Figma, he's getting that check.
I'm pretty sure,
Figma's
I'm pretty sure that Max owns Max Factory.
I thought that was him. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if he owns that or he's only like his CEO, but I don't know. I mean, but Good Smile. I mean, I don't know what's the relation. Like,
So
how
Good
much money
Smile-
he get.
Good Smile is in the same building, and they rent their space from Good Smile. So they're definitely friends. I don't think that they're co-owned.
So this is a Gretchen Fender situation.
Right.
It
Who the
sounds like
hell owns this part?
a great Fender. So like they're neighbors in the same building, and they do collaboration projects.
Mhm.
But yeah, like the story on Max Factory is really cool. Like Max owned, was renting an apartment in a building, like a big warehouse facility building that was going to be torn down, and so like he spent like all summer like just having hangout places for people to come and build, and like eventually made his friends his employees and like turned it into a business.
That's awesome.
He was there like on the ground floor when there was no, the Karagumi, there was no character goods. And that was where the garage kit explosion came from, right? General Products and all that stuff. So he was ground floor, on those early mono kits, and a lot of the big mono kit company now, right? Like Kyoto got licensed for Ava resin kits from Sega. And Wave was doing Vodam stuff.
Yeah, I mean I think that time was really exciting because I think that it was one of the Simmerit post Hank.
Uh-huh.
that was talking about how in the past Kotobukiya was doing resin kits of really, really obscure Gundam suits.
Yep.
And it's like, man, that was a whole another era.
Yeah,
Wave-
Wave had a Sazabi out before Bandai did.
Fuck, man.
Because they had that old vinyl Sazabi that
Right.
came out before the plastic one did.
Yep. I remember that one.
And then even Bandai was doing. I mean, they were always a big company, but Beat Club was was semi-official, and they were doing garage kits for the stuff that they weren't going to make plastic kits of.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, most of the histories of Gundam was that like Gundam would have totally failed if it weren't for the plastic kits.
Oh yeah.
Because it crashed and burned in its original television release, and it was like Star Trek. Like people discovered the model kit and they're like, "What is this? This is pretty cool." And then that's like where the show came back from. So
True that.
True that for show.
Ciao.
I'm not sure if well, probably because it looks like Max is really into machine career, but it would be nice to bump into him in one of the Tamagawa.
Yeah, well, before we went to Tamagawa, they had an even bigger event called Mackey Modelers Showcase.
Oh wow, really? But it's like in another. It's still happening, or is
No, the last one was in like 2014 or something.
Oh.
So we gotta make it happen here, then, is what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, they had an IPMS where they had like an official Mackey category, and they got prizes from Japan.
Oh, cool.
A few years ago. But I think like it was one of those things where like everybody who entered a Mackey model, that was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but still, whatever. I mean, just getting it out there.
Yeah. I mean, it's even in like the relatively short amount of time I've been doing it, it's grown a lot.
It has.
In the Western speaking world. I mean, the fact that like SCGMC had a category and I was the only guy bringing one.
To be fair, SCGMC had a category because of you and Lennon mostly.
Right.
But I mean, I was aware of this, thing before I was aware that like you could actually like build Gunpla with friends on the internet for fun. Like that, you know what I mean? Like I knew this stuff was around. I just didn't have access to it.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of which, you guys know Old School Gunpla on Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a super, super nice guy.
George rules.
Yeah, he's a super nice guy and a great builder. But he sent me the old English language SF3D ads from a magazine.
Sweet.
Oh damn!
Well,
which is crazy that there was no. It's weird that at one point you could go into a brick and mortar hobby shop in America
Competing against the entire internet for sales.
Right.
So,
Tom, have you seen that guy who's been scanning all the old catalogs in 80s anime model kits?
No.
That's where I found the thing that General Products at the Oakland store.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, but he's been scanning all these old, kind of like early anime kit importer catalogs to America. It's pretty interesting.
That's pretty cool.
I'm trying to see that.
And then, back when Revell brought Dugroom kits over with absolutely no context.
Right.
No. They made them Robot Defender or drew the Macross logo on there.
Yeah, it's good.
The craziest thing I saw was this. It was a Dugroom design, right?
Yep.
But with the BattleTech name branded as Exoforce.
Fuck
yeah.
That's
and I was like, someone needs to show this to Kunya Okawara and be like, did you know they did this in America to your design?
Don't make an old man cry.
He'd probably just laugh his ass off anyway. Just be like, yeah, I've seen some shit.
There's no way that he doesn't know about some of the crazy Harmony Gold shit.
Or I'm sure Okawara is like, oh, that's why I get that like $1 royalty check every month.
I remember that time they sent me like $200.
Right.
When I was in Japan, I went to this Okawara exhibition, and he started out as a guy who did typesetting for a newspaper.
Today I learned.
And then his friend was like, hey, we're going to work at an animation studio, and we're going to make a show called Gotcha Man, and we need someone to design the bad guy robots.
You got it, buddy.
And then he's like, oh, yeah, I guess I can draw some of these.
Man, I got the wrong damn friends. That's all there is to it.
Well, also, he kind of got it on the ground floor of that, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think, like, concept artist was, like, a hugely, in-demand field in 1975.
I'm pretty sure that's still a woefully underfunded sector, but still.
Yeah.
Pretty much anything followed by artist is usually not the way to the paycheck.
Well, it's funny because he was like, in the interview, he's like, at the time, he's like, I better not quit my job at the newspaper.
Right. Whereas now there's like 3 people that still work at a newspaper.
Right.
Funny whole world.
Times are different. So when you guys do snap it, right?
Uh-huh.
And you plan to take it apart for paint, you're just dry fitting. What is your preferred method of making sure that you can get everything back apart? Do you just put that thing together and you're like, yeah, whatever, I'll mangle it on the way out, or do you drill out holes? Do you cut pegs? What's your snap strat?
Ooh, the strats. I either just blue tack stuff or I just go in dry, baby. Sometimes you gotta. I've seen guys that like cut their pegs by halves and stuff, and I definitely see the wisdom of it, but I've never really broken anything I couldn't fix on past 2 if I had to. So maybe it's like Ubers. I don't know.
I like the ability to like take things apart pretty easily.
Yeah.
So if something has a tight fit going in, this is my favorite way of doing it. So this is a little like a Dremel tip. So it's a round burr tip.
Right.
And it fits right in my pin vise, and I'll spin out some of the hole so that the peg can get in there a little bit more loosely.
Just ream in that hole.
That's the way. That is my snap strat.
It makes sense.
It still grips really strong, like when everything's pushed together. But halfway, once you get things halfway apart, then it gets real easy to take apart.
I see the wisdom of it.
I am all about making my life easier. Also, typically, like I do most of my work in the dry plastic phase, and painting is usually like a couple of days at the end. So I'm putting things back and together and apart and together and apart, and doing all the seam fixes and modifications and stuff that way.
Gotcha.
I do a lot of paint modding on HGs that no one ever sees, because once it's together, it looks exactly the same.
Right.
So like I'll cut pegs and put polycaps in things just so that I can like color separate on a high grade, and then no one will ever know. No one ever knows that I did all that work once I'm done.
It's just so you know it was good. I was seriously worried about that for Donnie with his Marasai at SCGMC last year, because it was so fucking good that it didn't look like he'd done anything to it. It looked like it was made that way. And I was just like, well, shit, for anybody that didn't watch him build this every day, are they going to know what he did? And fortunately the judges their rule, so it came out okay. But I think that's cool. I mean, it's just like special effects or whatever, like you're probably better at this if I don't know you did a bunch of shit,
Yeah, that's one of my I mean, like one of my, I don't know if concerns or the stuff that I look at when people do a lot of scribing and adding a lot of extra pieces of STRN is that if you do that thing right, it's visible, pretty visible that these pieces didn't go there. But if you do really like a fine work of making sure that all the edges of the pieces that we're adding are straight and there is no like flashes,
Right.
that's like when it's a good work.
To be fair, as someone who has judged competitions like that a lot of times, what you're describing, Lennon, is where most of the points come from.
Yeah.
So visible styrene is a modification, and those are like bonus points, right? So they're tacked on the end, but most of these things are out of 40 or out of 50 points, and the 40 of those points are no glue, no markings, everything being in straight, like. Because, even if you can see that people did a lot of modification work to something, you can also really easily see that someone, didn't, that amazing diorama, that Maquet one with the hand crank, and the rain in the window and stuff like that. Oh my God. I want that guy to win diorama category so bad. I wanted him to win best in show so bad. I gave every possible bonus point, but and then when the head judges saw that we had placed him second, they came back over and we went through everything, and it was like there's a mold here, and the scribes on the floor plates are just they're just not consistent or even, and then if you look behind all the TV screens, there's nubs from the 40K stuff, and it's like, I love this piece, I love it artistically. But at the end of the day, it's a modeling competition, and the modeling skills are what win, not all the technical stuff. And that's just the way that the rules are built. That's where the points are. So, removing every mold line is worth more than putting 500 pieces of styrene on your kit at the end of the day in that particular competition.
$10
after the
Joel's like $10. Let me in.
He went after the ceremony.
Yeah,
Get Joel.
$10.
It didn't make the noise.
I didn't know it was pay to play, motherfuckers. God damn. You're eating fucking fish food ice cream waiting for one of you motherfuckers to look up.
Well, there's only one of us.
Damn.
Come on now. Only one of us can see when there's somebody in.
To be fair,
beautiful.
the same thing happened to me.
Yeah. No, that's fine. That's fine. I'll remember that.
What's up, Joel? What Mac are you building today?
Oh shit.
It's Mackay Day. Nobody told you.
Is it? I have one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
I mean, that's what I'm doing.
Shit. All right. God
no.
damn it.
Oh no.
God motherfucking.
Like clockwork. Joel is here, and so is my food.
What?
Sorry, I can't help it.
God damn it, Tom.
I love you all, but I love burgers more.
I understand.
Yo, you got burgers?
And they're
Damn.
fresh.
Tom, next Friday. Next Friday.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully work will be like, yeah, it's cool because it's. I guess this starts at like 5 now that we're doing now that Justin's doing it at 8 Eastern.
Right.
But it's awesome to see everybody and chill. I want to do another gaming night. Jackbox was super fun.
Yep.
That shit was the best.
With
That
that,
was hilarious.
so yeah, I would totally do another Helios gaming night. That was super fun.
Word.
All right, boyos, I'm gonna go eat.
I wish
All right.
I was
Enjoy.
Good luck on the Mac K.
All right, have a good one, man.
See you, dude. I like it.
And then there were
I
5.
mean, you called me a slut, Joel.
Call him how I see him, bud.
Joel, I think we need a Holy Mountain version of that North Korea shirt.
Yo, that would be rad.
Yeah, we should do that.
Except for they'll find me and she'll probably shoot me in the head.
with that gun.
Yeah,
She
you
had
see
her-
you saw a TikTok thing?
Like, what are you wearing, lady? Come on. Or person? What are you?
Fucking
God damn.
hard as shit.
I mean, the hardest part is the pants, is the shirt touching the underwear. There's nothing harder.
Yeah, no,
That's
Yeah.
tough as shit, for real.
like real shit.
And
They're
it's
tough
true.
as fuck.
And it's true religion underwear.
That's
Yeah,
like
little hyphy.
it's like X
Yeah.
difficult X. I wouldn't mess with that.
Yo, they were one of the people that fucking really knocked down the Confederate statue or some shit.
Oh shit.
Pretty
Yeah,
fun,
bro.
actually.
Hardcore.
I bet.
I can't even see what the fuck y'all building because my monitor is so far away.
I don't even know who set this room up. I don't. What's
Like,
happening?
hold up.
Do they have like a? Is it like this is my least favorite view. I don't know why this exists. It feels like I'm on trial
Look at me while everyone else looks.
while everybody else is fucking tiny. Behold, peasants. And then this one's like the same thing. That's the one thing I miss about Google Hangout is
Right.
that there was the like it would cycle.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm over here, right? And y'all motherfuckers are over there.
Oh my god!
I gotta look through the jungle of fucking boom arms and shit.
I'm not sure
Oh,
about
shit.
the
I think I
ergonomics
see
of
my
this.
friends.
My friend's over there.
They're just beyond the ridge, Frodo.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. All right.
All right. Well, fuck this.
Fuck it, that works.
Where's the thing? Oh no. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the 135th wasn't meant to be hatched. Just putting that out there.
Are you having trouble with it?
Dude, this thing's a mess. It's partly my fault in not being familiar with the design, and partly that nobody should have ever done this in the first place. But it's fun. I'm having a good time.
That's what really matters.
Right? It's not about anything but the friends we made along the way.
I mean, you say that, but there's probably some Japanese guy who's taken the 135 and put
Just destroying it.
yeah.
It's probably that guy who puts all those crazy opening hatches and hinges on his fucking Gundams.
You with the fucking tweezers?
Yeah.
He's like, yo, check this shit out. And they're like the smallest tweezers you've ever fucking
He's
seen.
got like he takes his fucking 1/100 Gundam pilot and he's like, check this out, and it zooms in super far, and he like opens the visor on the helmet.
It puts hatches on the pilot.
has 5 points of articulation.
It's like, bro, that thing is like 4 centimeters tall. What are you
Yeah,
doing?
it's a 10 millimeter, dude. It's all right. There's room
Made
for
a high grade pilot.
It's funny you say that. I'm sitting here with a Kshatriya binder on my desk that I'm marking for hatching.
Well, see, that's a pretty substantial thing, though.
Shut up. That's impressive.
It's very impressive.
Be
Oh, Donnie's here. I'm gonna dip out so that Jeff can jump in.
Okay. Well, I can get at her too. I've been here from the beginning.
Oh
Nah,
shit!
you're good.
Okay.
Let me figure.
Donnie motherfucking Baxter. What's going on?
Donnie!
Oh, hey, didn't know I was in.
What's up, guys?
Not a lot. How you doing, man?
Not too bad.
What's up?
Chilling, rocking and rolling.
Everybody else got their Mackay dudes out?
Yeah,
We got the roll for the night.
I'm a broke ass. I can't afford those things. Man.
I don't blame you. This was a gift. I don't think these kits even like exist where I live, so it's like
Yeah.
They're not real.
Well, I can always glue a bunch of plastic eggs and 2-liter bottles together. And
I mean,
like one.
that's what they did, man.
Exactly.
Half the time, I think that shit looks cooler anyway.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, man! I think that should be like definitely the. I think that should be like the last level before your death.
I want to just,
Customization. Then it's like, okay, now I could go to the mountain.
yeah, I just kind of want to go to like military swap meet and just like buy a bunch of shitty kits and
Yeah, exactly.
strip them down and make the Mackay grab bag. You know, whatever I pull out of here becomes a robot.
People only knew those secrets. I'll be right back. I forgot to grab a drink.
Word. I just used up my last drink. I'm starting to feel nervous about that.
I'm trying this this Bud Light seltzer.
I just got the same thing, dude. Bro.
Well,
Sorry, that's the only time I've ever said that in my life. It's good though.
Yeah, it is good. We're both fellow Post Malone fans now.
Right? Who knew it? Is that seriously who they got to do their promo?
So I guess Post Malone loves Bud Light.
I mean, it's a St. Louis original.
To the point where he has like a Bud Light truck come to his house.
Son of a bitch. Well,
did you watch the video of him playing Nirvana?
I did not.
It's better than the Puddle of Mud Nirvana cover.
What? All right, I'm in.
I think it was Justin who shared the Puddle of Mud Nirvana video. That was rough.
I fucking hate everything about that dude.
So you guys know the Ace Combat games, right?
Yeah.
So they like all through the PS2 era, they had amazing like symphonic music, right?
There's a Reading Rainbow one. What? Sorry, just as ask if we've seen the Reading Rainbow version.
Not Invest in Reading Rainbow one.
Okay.
So the Ace Combat games all had amazing symphonic music.
Okay.
When I put in Ace Combat 5, the opening trailer comes on and it's just, "Can you take it all away?"
Oh, no.
And I was like, God, Namco, why did you do this?
Just to hurt you.
That's so fucked.
It's fucking
Yeah.
Bandai.
I think this was pre-Bandai Namco. This was just Namco.
Well, that's what opened them up to the Bandai accrual then.
Right, well, Bandai saw that. They're like, damn, these guys use Puddle of Mud. We should acquire them.
Maybe we can get them for Gundam versus Extreme 5.
Well, that's how they got Linkin Park to be in those Gundam versus games.
Oh, good lord. Okay.
I'm the guy who sings. Yo, I'm the guy who raps.
DJ's got a Gundam on his rig. Oh, man. Hey, guys, you remember when they had to have a DJ in a metal band?
Oh, yeah.
That was a magic moment. Let's just go back there.
I would say the only band to like come out of that era and with like dignity intact is maybe like Deftones.
Deftones, 100%. They were never actually part of that shit. They just got lumped into it.
I mean, they had some like songs where they did like white boy rapping, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, not on the level that the other new metal dorks did. Like, they sounded more like that than anybody else, and so they just kind of got lumped into that. That was not their doing.
Right. Well, I mean, new metal started with like decent ideas.
Yeah.
Of like combining like hip hop with like metal, but then it became like, what if Helmet was just bad?
Yeah, that's where it went wrong.
Alien Ant Farm kind of slapped though.
Damn, That is a bit I have not thought about in a long time.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yep, that was holy shit.
That was also a thing that kind of emerged from that.
Rakion?
Raycon.
I thought you just kind of came from the stars and we left it at that. I don't know.
Yeah. I miss Mustard Man.
I went to school and I finished last. Oh.
Holy fuck.
They should never ever let us on one of these things.
Yeah.
Just
This is a bad idea.
talk about early 2000 skate videos while everybody else is real confused. What's up, internet? Sorry, guys.
Anthony Fantano here. Every time that guy speaks, I just fucking get a little bit more depressed.
What?
Yeah, dude.
Anthony Fantano,
Yeah, I don't know. He's just fucking weird.
dude.
What's going
He's
on?
a weirdo. I like him though.
He loves he loves Kendrick Lamar, Swans, and Daughters. That's all I know about him.
Holy shit. That's a fucking lineup.
That's pretty accurate, though.
That's the lineup. Like, that's the festival tour I want to go to. Like, what happened? That Gira Kendrick combination we've been waiting for is finally Angels of Lamar.
to be kind and pimp a butterfly.
Jesus Christ. All right, somebody talk about something that isn't music, or you're going to end up hating us all later. If you don't already.
So what's the last kit you're getting? Well,
Last
if
kit
you
we
are able to buy anything on the US, what are you getting?
I don't know. I haven't really looked at anything in a while. Holy shit. Mike, whose basis was in Earth Crisis?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Whose? You talking about fucking Alien Ant Farm?
Yeah.
Holy shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Sorry, Lennon, I haven't been shopping for kits. I don't know. Anybody else? I'm on like a one in, one out policy on kits right now. So
That's a great idea.
Lennon, is Mexico part of the Japan Post blacklist?
No, not. I actually got lucky on the last shipment, and I don't even get taxes.
no shit.
So, yeah,
They're
we're lucky.
a trading partner.
Yeah, I'm not
Damn.
sure if. I mean, I hope that keeps in like that. Probably they are doing that to avoid getting overcrowded with a lot of packages. But I hope that continues for a while.
Yeah, you know, now I'm pro NAFTA.
Yeah. I got another Gladiator on the last shipment, and I was expecting a hit for taxes, but no.
Okay. Just a kit is enough to trigger customs?
Yeah.
Yeah, because right now the law says that anything above $50, which is
Okay.
ridiculous, is gonna get you like a custom declaration and all that process that is gonna get you into paying taxes. And the Gladiator itself is like $80, so I was ready to get that blow, but no, I got lucky and no taxes for me.
That's great.
Word.
Yeah.
Snicking it to the man and not even trying. Well played.
Always got to bang on the system.
Word.
Yeah, no feds allowed.
Fucking feds.
Hell yeah, brother.
So, are there any official news about SGMC?
No official that I know of. All there really is to look at, as far as I know, is the California protocols for reopening businesses.
They're still open it or what? They're still going to try to do it.
There's like a phase system, like it's California laws, man. It's out there. It's been published. You can check it out and see. What I saw doesn't have me terribly hopeful for it, but I genuinely love all the people that put on that show, so I'm kind of hoping against realism that there's some way to sneak it out. We'll just kind of have to see what happens.
Oh, okay.
But they haven't made any. Basically, there isn't any way to make a declaration about it. Like they literally just have to wait and see if their venue is even available when the time comes.
Yeah.
I do know enough about those guys to know that if there's any possible way in hell to make that happen, it will.
Yeah.
Those guys will find a way to do it if it can be done. So the only way that doesn't happen is if there's no effing way to make it happen.
On the plus side, if it does happen, hotels and flights will be insanely cheap.
Maybe. Either that or they'll be through the goddamn roof. But let us pray.
The only other question is like, are people going to show up? So that's
if that show's on, I will haul ass across the country to get to it. Like that, I would do anything I could to get to that show every year.
Yeah,
it's the one I will go to no matter what if I'm able.
Yeah, I'll go back for sure.
Trying to hang out with Donnie and Shane some more. Goddamn it.
So, Donnie,
It was a really good time out there.
Yeah.
How do you feel MA Kids against Gunpla?
I've been building Gunpla for 20 years, so it's kind of nice to not be building Gunpla for a little bit. That basically sums it up.
Yeah.
And I'm learning new things, which, not to say that I know everything, but just a whole different skill set. And that's nice to kind of explore after 15, 20 years of doing the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
New things is good things. Yeah, actually, speaking of which, and I posted this up in the group chat earlier. I don't know if everybody else saw it or not, but I'm starting up that stream I've been working on developing for a while now. And come on, Phil. Anyway, I wanted to invite everybody that if you guys have any like techniques of any kind that you've been wanting to show people how to do, or like people have asked you about it a lot and you just wanted a way to like, be able to demonstrate it easily or whatever. I know Lennon said he did, and if anybody else has anything like that they want to do, you got open invitation to come hang out and show it off, because that's exactly.
Oh yeah, there's the lemon technique. You know my lemon technique of no glue seam fixing.
Nice.
Yeah, let me show you how I put the mono A on the new seal.
Cool.
So this is, I'm not sure if you can see, but this is like the torso stuff. And I actually had to put a LED because the first try I did was using fiber optics line, but if I want to be able to remove the head and there is another piece that goes here, down here. This one needs to be like a different color, so it was going to be a pain it was going to be really, really painful to mask and try to don't mess up.
Yeah,
so
sure.
I decided to go on a different approach, and there is a micro LED right inside this thing. Down there is a LED. So what I did is, instead of putting the fiber optics, which was also a pain to move around.
No, okay.
Okay, so as you can see, That's the LED.
Got it.
So after that, what I did was I did some modifications on the head, and the head is the head post is actually hollow, and that's where the fiber optics is going.
Got it.
So it is easier because there is now two different pieces that ties together, and I mean probably it's not going to show a lot of light because it has masking right now, but
Pipes right through.
yeah.
That's cool.
Awesome.
I really dig the body color you got on there too. That looks really slick.
Yeah, it's really amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to go for a really like dirty old looks, because this is actually going to be part of a diorama idea that I have. I'm not sure if you guys have seen this guy. Is an illustrator called Mr. Werewolf on Instagram. He actually is working. I'm not sure if there's something ongoing there with the copyright, but he sold like his designs to create a video game.
Oh, cool.
Which is basically like steampunk robots, like in Soviet territory.
Okay.
So I am actually after this trying to create like a field of corn or something like that.
Okay.
I'm gonna put a couple of figures and animals. This is going to be like flying over the field of corn, like trying to include this in like a pretty rural scenario.
Oh, you mean? Are you talking about Scythe?
I'm not sure what's his name.
Okay, I've seen specifically. It's like very like Soviet style art with like rural surroundings with like.
Yeah, but there's another guy that is doing pretty similar things. But
okay.
Do you mean the guy that got his stuff and is going to be like turned on into an Amazon series?
Well, there's a board game series called Scythe that uses a similar aesthetic to what you're describing. But
the Amazon guy is Simon Stalenhag.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tales from the Loop is the name of it.
I just started watching that. That's really good.
Oh, it's on there already?
Tales from the Loop started just this month.
Oh crap! Yeah,
it's really good.
Go to see that. Yeah, so I'm trying to go for that. I was actually going for, because I'm going to include like a Hussar figure, but man, the horses are a pain to finish.
At what scale are you trying to work on?
That's 135.
Okay, so pretty close to. If it's 135th, then that's pretty close to 28 millimeter, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, you just get some Warhammer horses and have fun painting them, man.
I'm using this figure, which I think it's German Cavalry Cossack or something like that.
Okay. Do you know who the manufacturer was?
Yeah, it's Dragon Kit.
Dragon. Perry Miniatures makes some really nice ones at that scale too. They're just designed well. Some of the military guys, a lot of times I mean, if you're enjoying what you're painting, then go for it. You got the right thing. But a lot of the military figure guys, I find, make figures that aren't that fun to paint. They're just in kind of like not dynamic poses and aren't that cool. So the fantasy guys usually put a little bit more oomph into their sculpts, but at the price of them looking a little crazy. But I like crazy, so that works. But yeah, if it's working, go for it. But
yeah,
I think I'm sorry.
No. Yeah, I'm still kind of a little behind because I still need to prepare. I was preparing the base for the diorama with this dry. I'm not sure what it is. It's like clay that dries out.
Okay.
Yeah, but I need to work on this to create these lines. This is where I'm going to stick piece by piece, like the stuff I'm going to use to represent wheat or corn.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a pain.
Yeah. What are you using for the corn itself? Do you have like model corn, or are you scratch building that? Or?
I actually saw a guy that builds small corn thingies from scratch using actual corn, but I
No
think
shit.
that's going to take me, fucking crazy. So what I'm using is I'm gonna use the bristles or of an old brush.
Okay.
So I need to basically glue like here one by one.
Okay. Just put a bunch of static grass.
Yeah, like static grass, but I'm trying to get these as tall as the chest of the figures.
Okay.
But yeah, that's it. So I'm still.
That looks good, man.
Thanks.
I bet that'll turn out cool. Make sure and like, do you post up like progress shots of your stuff on your Instagram or anything? Like, I'd like to see how these things come together.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I haven't posted an update. I've been just uploading a couple of stories, but yeah, I think I have enough material to post a small update.
Yeah, man. I mean,
at least on
anytime you're working on a big project, even just like something else you did today is a big deal. So
yeah, because I was just finishing with LEDs like probably last week. I was really
I got you.
Time consuming.
I just talked to a lot of modelers that like they think that whatever they did today is no big deal and nobody would give a shit. And meanwhile, I'm sitting there listening to them like, dude, I want to see that shit. Put that up.
Yeah, especially if they put an effort, if they make an effort into it, it's like I'm always intrigued to see what people do,
Yeah.
It can even just be a really nice out of box build, honestly, dude. I mean,
yeah,
it doesn't bug me. It's like at least they're making the effort,
I just like to see what everybody's been up to. And like I said, stuff that you think might be, completely inconsequential. Everybody knows how to do this. Who cares? Stuff is something that somebody else might not have ever tried.
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
Just get it out there. Yeah. It's not to show off to the people that know what's up. It's to inspire somebody that doesn't. Yeah,
exactly, man. You never know, man.
Yeah, I was really like bumped up when I went to Los Angeles last year for the SGMC event because I was really really inspired by the community that you guys have.
I mean, that's
down there.
That's like the whole country, basically. Like there were people there from all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Even Mexico.
Yeah,
right.
Even Mexico.
Nah, it was cool. That's the show. Like everything else is. I'm sure it's all well and good, but that's. The show.
Well, it's cool, man. It's cool to see how much it's developed from like where it was.
Yeah.
Pretty much back in the beginning of it, man. It's awesome just to see how big it is now, man. It's awesome.
Just that it's still completely DIY. Like it's all self-financed. 10 years, keeping it on the ground. That's fucking amazing.
And you know what? I'm here in Mexico. We have two big modeling events, and they are. One of that is the IPMS Mexico event, and even that they have a lot of money coming from sponsors and the local stores.
Right.
I must say that it isn't as well organized as the event in California. So
those guys really work hard on it. That's their thing.
I mean, something as simple as presenting pictures of the modeling of the models that are receiving medals, man, that is fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way Donnie Baxter knew he won an award. Too busy walking around checking everything out.
Yep.
That's a cool outfit. Those guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. I don't know. I got nothing.
I know, man.
I like sitting here trying to figure out how to rebuild this hatch thing.
I'm at the stage of just cleaning up what I've already done on this kit. So.
What are you working on over there?
Old school kit, man.
Yeah, what you got?
I'll show you the box. Oh wait, no, I could just show you the manual. The old.
Oh, 0080.
Ooh, got that Rick Dom over there.
Yep. So
Yeah,
I'm
that's sick.
doing my own little thing with it.
That's awesome.
Here's the feet. If you want.
Getting all spacey.
Yeah, doing like the little, of course, like the customizing on it. So
That's cool, man.
yeah, elongated the legs, and of course, like the arms have been elongated, and torso, which is
What is your technique for elongating the legs?
well, like say like I use basically like tape to like make sure you get like that straight line,
Uh-huh.
and then just like the photo etch cloth,
Okay.
just to make sure that it's nice and straight, and then just use the plow plate to just like I would say 1 millimeter is as far as like the thickness goes, because like 2 millimeter is a pain in the neck to try to cut.
Right.
But yeah, stack the 1 millimeter up until
Yeah,
to where you want it, you know.
stacking is the answer.
Yeah, exactly. And then just contour it to the body. I mean, like it's still like a learning curve for me.
Yeah, because that worries me is like to try if there is a curve on the legs, which probably most of the times you are going to encounter a curve on the legs.
Yeah.
I mean, like following that curve with the added ester, you need to put a lot of time in getting the proper shape.
Yeah, exactly. But actually, I mean, I don't know. Surprisingly, it was a little bit faster, just because maybe I'm getting used to the
Hey, Julio's out there.
a little bit.
Julio's out there. He needs the Gruberhund. We're never all going to be able to build the same kit for SCGMC if we don't all get Gruberhunds.
I have mine.
All right.
There you go. That's it.
That is good. All right. So Julio and me still need one. Shit.
I finished one actually.
I know.
Need a donor. Need some donors.
Need donor dogs. Where are we at?
I have an extra Altair.
Hey.
I know you guys got some relief tricks.
So, and I'm almost done gluing this to my fingers. Complete. All right.
That's the fun stuff.
Hell yeah. That's how you know you're pro.
Wait, what?
Gluing this machine duder to my fingers.
Yep.
What's up, Zuban Bill?
Even when you cut your finger, you just grab the glue,
Right?
pinch the wounds, and glue it up.
Built in.
Yep.
Safety first. Blood
Yeah.
for blood good.
Exactly. It's your own first aid kit on hand.
Just gonna get that wound off the camera real quick.
May give me cancer in another 30 years. Go ahead.
Beat it to it. Don't stress.
Now, yeah. Hey, man.
Let's see. Who else do we got? Let's see. My cave stuff. Noya Zeal. Super cool. Rick Donnie.
Flynn says hi.
Hey.
Yeah, I'll make sure I post some more stuff on the messenger,
Do it.
on the group chat, because I always forget, dude. Half the time.
I'm rotten at internet. I need to get.
Considering I'm almost reaching, was it 50 years old? And
I'm not that far behind you, baby. Don't worry.
yeah, my brain doesn't do that well anymore. It's getting mushy.
Same.
Yeah, shut up.
Freaking boomers.
Spawn.
Are you still working on that mock cake hang?
Yeah, it's I've got about 2 layers in on this tan color now.
Cool.
Yeah, Lennon, do you know how to get a hold of Julio Clipping Nubs?
Sorry, what?
Do you know how to get a hold of Julio Clipping Nubs? Julio Aponte?
Julio?
Aponte?
No, really.
All
Who's
right,
he?
he is a good buddy of mine who's looking for a Gruber Hund. If you've got one you're trying to come off of, I can get you in touch with him.
Oh, yeah,
Julio,
sure. Yeah.
Julio, are you in the Facebook group, the Koyama Facebook group, Julio? Because that's a people always post stuff for sale in there.
Did he just ding in response?
I wish he had, but no, I think that was the.
No, that was my phone. But I think I have a link for it. I think I have a link for Nubs. I'll send it to him. I'm steadily searching for my.
We get you lined up, baby. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, please share his information on the group chat, and I will try to.
Yeah. I'll get a hold of you later.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Lincoln.
I appreciate it for my friend.
I was just looking yesterday. I saw one yesterday.
I'm sure we can find one, but it's cool to have
The standard, really.
extra options.
Wait, what now? What kit?
He's looking for a Gruber Hund that Lunadiver thing looks like a dog.
Hmm.
Let me look. Kind of just grab stuff and don't look at it.
Yeah. Hey, I might have one of those.
The ground type should be easier to find because that got reissued more recently.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it was. The ground type.
I think I have the extra one I have is the Altair.
I don't think anybody'd be mad at you for it, but we just had a joke that everybody was going to enter SCGMC with the same kit earlier on this year. So. Julio's still looking for his.
I don't have one.
I said I'd enter if somebody could find me one, but
we could have picked a much easier kit for everyone to get.
yeah, but it had to be the one that everybody was building that week. Like
we could have just picked like a high grade or something.
Oh, come on. You gotta have the uphill bat on there.
I mean, that thing's more my jam anyway. Like these toilet dudes are cool and all, but like that thing's got like parts. So
yeah, I'll grab my Altair real quick.
Hey.
Toilet dudes.
Do these not look like flying space toilets to you?
There is on the Tamagotchi meeting, there was
now.
actually a guy that made a toilet and put the arms and legs from.
Goddamn right he did, because that's what it looks like.
Yeah. And that and another there's a lot of guys on the internet that have done that, but there is a gashapon machine,
right?
That is practically of the same scale, so they swap the body.
So
yeah, I think that's probably smart.
Really?
Hot as fuck.
So the only if you get the ground type, it's pretty easy because all you have to do is add these rabbit ear things, and then the engine thrusters, and then these are on the ground type. These are half circles, so you can just take plastic spoons and make these, shield type covers too. So it's like all Mac K stuff. The differences are pretty incremental.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we can make that happen, Julio. Both the T-shirts and make it an Altair into a fucking Gruber Hund.
Shit.
I kind of like how incremental the differences are in Mac K compared to like Gundam. Because when you look at real life vehicles,
well, that's the thing. It feels more military.
Yeah, like imagine the visual difference between like a Zaku to a Dom. And now picture it. That'd be like if someone was like, "What if a tank now had like a spoiler on it?" You know.
Right. No, I mean that's the thing though. Like,
yeah, dude, Tokyo Drift.
No military is gonna have like that many different functional designs operating in it at one time. They just don't do that.
Yeah.
So like, it definitely makes more sense to be like, we need a recon unit. Well, we could design this crazy anime shit, or we could put a mic on that one.
Right.
Not even a camera, just a microphone.
Yeah, like so for that sense, or in that sense, Mac K obviously takes believability points.
Yeah,
definitely just gonna make it toilet, dude.
It's a trap that way.
Right?
They get you to buy a different kit, and then you realize that the only thing different is a sensor. And you're like,
Yeah.
gee,
Motherfucker.
Fucking bamboozled, buddy.
Bandoozled.
Bandied.
Bandizeled.
Bandizeled.
I mean, on the flip side, Bandai literally sells people recolored kits. So,
Right?
They learned it from the
I mean, since day one, they literally went, "What if the Zaku was red?"
I learned it from watching you.
You're always gonna have those collector hounds, man.
Right.
Yeah, here in Mexico, people really crave for P. Van Dyke stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like anybody that really wants P Bandai stuff hasn't actually looked at P Bandai stuff.
Yeah.
You realize y'all have paint, right?
Well, that's the
Yeah,
thing.
they,
Like, you definitely got like those guys that are just into like just buying the kit just because it is.
Yeah, gotta have that box.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you definitely got like the snap fit.
That box is gonna look great on my
Mhm.
shelf.
That's it.
yeah.
Like, yeah, I can imagine all the bugs and spiders are behind that.
So many boxes.
It's like that thing's gonna jump out at you.
I'm just,
You're like,
I'm too cheap for exclusivity. I'm just like, fuck this, man.
well, I mean, like even when I was first into the hobby, I mean, like I got, I was collecting like a maniac,
Right.
I had pretty much like almost like half a room full of kits, man. And I just realized it's like, well, now I'm starting to get into the building part of it, or just like the creative part of it,
Right.
It's like I'm not going to be a part of as they call it, like some of the IPMS guys here call it Team Sable. That's stash accumulation beyond life expectancy.
Oh,
Like,
shit.
yeah, they're not. It's like, so I ended up, it's like, okay, well, it's like, I'd rather just like sell them off, spend the money on the tools and just like some like aftermarket parts and stuff like that. So,
May you live to be 1,000 years old, sir.
Yeah.
You're excited.
oh God, no.
Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as I can't do the fancy pants kits because my basic philosophy is everything is parts.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if I got that $400 light up glow in the dark plastic clear colored edition, I'd just be like, sweet, I need that hip. Because I'd do that. Like I wouldn't even like if I had it on my shelf, there wouldn't be like that's the expensive kid. It's just like, and I need your bones. So
That's even like, and I don't know. I always thought about that too. One night about like all concept of like actually buying a P Bandai kit just because there's so many. Since they put like newer parts on a lot of them.
yeah,
Like just imagine all the spare parts you'll have after.
I guess.
Just buy a P Bandai kits just for the spare.
Okay, guys, I need to drop off. My batteries are about to die, but it's been really great to talk about.
Yeah, it was good hanging, man. Take it
Cheers.
easy.
All right, see ya.
Cheers, man.
Zubam, when I buy an exclusive kit or exclusive stuff, I have a hard time if I should build it or keep it as sale later on. Yeah, man. I mean, that's collector market stuff. I'm not the right guy to talk on that.
Well, that's even like is it because some it's like I will go to the local build nights here, for support, and yeah, I mean like I don't know, it's like 6 hours of talking about product more than it is like
Yeah, I'm not having that.
this kit and this, and it's like this is how you do it. It's like it's like so like on weekends here, like in the mornings, like you can go and hang out with like the old IPMS guys, and they're the ones like kind of like tell you it's like how to do little things, or they'll share their stories on like all their screw ups that they've done with like kits in the past and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
Are they just cool with talking to whoever where you're at, or are they a little more closed off? Or
They actually like the Gundam because there's a guy that's been doing it for ever since I've known, since like the early 90s.
uh-huh.
Or like the mid 90s, and he's been a member of IPMS forever, so he's
That's
kind
cool.
of like influenced them in a certain way, of like pretty much accepting, like the whole like mecha.
At least just not be dicks about it.
Yeah. Oh God, no.
That's awesome.
They actually hate the rivet counters, dude.
Word. You found like the glowing unicorn of the IPMS community.
Yeah,
That's
exactly,
awesome.
dude. Exactly. Like they're not haters on it at all, dude. And like,
That's awesome.
and some of them, it's like they'll like, I mean, they do like military stuff, but dude, they like add parts of like other like tanks from like even like different years and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
dude. Like you can be a military modeler and still fucking do fun shit with it. Like there, and you know, I dig the rivet counter stuff too for what it is. You know, I respect the research.
Yeah, I mean, there is that
that goes into it.
good critique, you know, or like good criticism.
But
like, I can understand that. But
it's like at the end of the day, it's supposed to be fun, right?
yeah, exactly. It's like, well, I'm not going to put I mean, well, that's even like judging. It's like most of the judging that goes on, it's not really ever about like the artistic expression of the kit. It's more like the technicality of it.
Yeah.
You know, for any judging, it's like, well,
sure. And it has to be for that, you know.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, there's no other way because really, right. It's more like based on. I mean, if you were to critique on the artistic part, it's more like beauty is in the eye of.
Yeah, totally.
So it's like, how can you really judge it? You know, like that way, it's kind of hand in neck to do. But like, I don't know, like, I just rather enjoy it for what I mean. Like, I guess way to say it, it's like, well, does it look good if you want to put it on your shelf? You know, and that's where you had to.
Right.
I don't know. It's like, yeah, it's like I would be proud to display that on my shelf. So there's different aspects on it, but that's the only thing though. It's like if you are going to compete, you are going to have to be a technical person no matter what.
Yeah, or at least, you know, make sure that the technical aspects of your creativity are strong. Like, yeah, I'm definitely like a Planet Space Cadet level creative builder. I cannot do technical shit. It bores me to tears. But just like Tom was saying, like he was one of the guys that judged my shit at SCGMC, and I know exactly where he docked my points, and he was right to. You know, like that's their criteria are as exacting as they can be, while you know trying to hit every possible nuts and bolts aspect of it. Without,
I think it's also based on like really more like consistency.
It is, and it doesn't give undue weight to people that build only technically either, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's it.
A lot of times I find that when a contest is rigged when it's set up like that, it gives an unfair advantage to technical style builders just because that's what the criteria are.
Yeah. At
SCGMC that doesn't happen. Like it's really, really carefully measured. It's a great system they've got. So
yeah, totally. Yeah, and
there's a lot of fun.
I like how people can like execute something in a fictional.
Yeah.
Of it, you know. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what like like sci-fi and stuff like that actually forgives you in that sense, you know. I mean, as long as it doesn't look like a glued up glop. Like what the hell is that?
Yeah,
it's like a really strong magnet in space, and you just
right. Yeah, technical doesn't have to mean slop, technical doesn't have to mean boring, and creative doesn't have to mean slop. That's definitely the big takeaway there.
Now, real art can only be judged like
right.
All right. And I'll probably get off of here to let someone else in here in about 5 minutes.
Are there other people waiting? I'll get out of the way.
No, we're good.
Oh, okay. You are? Okay.
Yeah, we're good. Everybody's here.
Okay.
A little bit longer.
But yeah, we're going to wrap up maybe in like 20 minutes.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Hell yeah, brother.
It's good to talk to you guys on a personal basis because I hardly ever get on to the group chat that much because I always forget. Man.
Well, Justin, you were saying you're trying to be more regular with this, right?
Yeah, I mean this is definitely like the best Friday thing. I love doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I first like cooked up my schedule and decided to do like group streams on Friday, I didn't think it was going to be like this fun. So I'm glad that it was.
Yeah, just get everybody out. We can rotate out if it gets heavy or whatever, or we can also set it up to where people like schedule times to be around or whatever too. But I mean, it'd be nice to have everybody hang out.
Even if it comes to shove, we can extend it, maybe do it a little earlier, and then I got no problem with that.
Dude, I'm actually doing shit. That's what's so fucking weird about this.
I've been building this whole time.
I was joking before you got here that you weren't going to work on anything.
Usually I don't, man. Like me and Phil had a video chat for like 2 hours. I didn't do shit. And shit.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, this is like, I don't know. It's different.
While we were having that chat.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. This is it's productive. I feel productive in here.
Good news.
I'm also pretty stoned too, so that helps.
There is.
I do think next week's gonna be game week. We're gonna play some more jackpots.
Game night next week. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I told Tom we'd do it. So
that'd be fun.
Cool.
So here's what I've been working on.
Let
me see if I can get this in here so you can kind of see it.
Get up on it.
There's some paper towel behind it, so maybe it'll focus.
So Raptor?
Yeah.
Look, I love how he just knows. It's like a maroon with like black and red, like red orange stripes, and I'm gonna do like some brighter red stripes on top of that.
I dig it.
Cool. And then I'm gonna weather the shit out of it.
Gonna look cool.
I hope.
Well, I dig it.
Oh yeah.
Boop. All right, where's the rest of that?
Mike, what model could you possibly be fucking up, man? You kill it every time.
Yeah, dude, who gives a shit? Just it's just plastic, man. You can fix it.
It's fantastic.
Beat it up, mess it up, cut it up, fuck it up, do it over. Good times.
Still out here encouraging people to break stuff.
That's what I'm doing. The best models I ever made were the ones I boned so hard I had to get creative on how to put them back together again.
It's like that scene in Dodgeball. The guy's like, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
That's literally my life motto.
Oh, Kingdom Death. Don't even talk to me about Kingdom Death right now.
Dude, you're all right. Nobody even knows what those are supposed to look like. It's the most incomprehensible fucking system ever invented. Like
they don't come with instructions either.
Just stick some boobs. Just put some boobs and a lantern on it. You're good. You got this thing.
I'm gonna kit bash like a titty figure and a lantern.
Just make sure it's got a lantern. Lanterns and titties. That's as far that game had better be about finding lanterns and titties because that's all that's in that game.
The game is a lot of fun, but
it's for real.
They did an Easter sale, and I totally fucking missed it. I check the website like every day.
The game is not $700 for the next 5 minutes.
The 2 or 3 days that I don't check the website, they put new models on it. Not that I have any money to spend anyway.
Right, on boutique resin models.
Kingdom Death Space Marine. That's gonna be interesting.
What? Holy shit!
What?
I'm ready. I am ready for this. Mike, find me. Out there in the internet somewhere, find me.
Everybody knows Mike.
I don't know anybody. I'm so bad at fucking internet.
He's Gundam official.
Oh, hey, what's up, dude? Oh, he's official. All right.
This is like the second time I didn't realize he was in
48 hours.
I'm not even high.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Oh well.
Oh, it was a gift card. Okay, so then the only thing that's new is the couple.
God damn it.
Oh, well.
Actually, speaking of that, I need to fucking build the. I bought a pack of GM snipers off of him months ago.
God, I gotta do
I
that.
forgot I had them.
I keep.
The master grade?
Yeah, the tabletop ones.
That's why I don't remember you, Mike. I forced myself to fucking get your name so I wouldn't buy tiny Gundams off you. Fuck.
No, dude, do it. It's fucking great.
I know. I want them real bad.
I need to find a colony type GM because I need its chest, and I don't want to buy a whole model just for the chest.
I got nothing for gems. Sorry, dude. This is your. I don't want to get banned at WoW account.
Bro, this is
No, dude, I feel that. I feel that.
You're on the wrong server.
All right, let's find some money and order tiny Gundams.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yo, what rule set are you using? Don't send me one, man. If you make stuff, I buy it. That's how it works. But thank you. That's really sweet.
It was easy enough that I could do it.
I found a set that I
Play
kind
to
of
play a tabletop game. Like Mike ran a demo at Mecha Monsters.
I feel like
And,
it's
like-
one that I tried out. I'm like an indie rule set nerd. Like I collect them all and never play them. So
I think it was like below and above numbers.
yeah, I'll figure it out. I found this one called I think Gunframe or something on Wargame Vault that seemed pretty doable. But it's like just a few dudes on a side, you know. Mobile Suit Skirmish. Yeah, I did see that one. All right, I finally got the side hatches cut the right way, as opposed to the way I did them first, which was very, very, very wrong.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, this is gonna be a hell of a lot of work for effectively a Warhammer scale dude.
Well, see, Matt, the problem with me buying a GM sniper a colony GM for the chest is that I already bought the other GM sniper just for the Mohawk camera. So
what's so special about the chest?
So the GM sniper 2 has like a flat chest.
Okay.
And I'm turning my GM sniper into a Pale Rider, which has like vents. And it has like the inserts and stuff, and it's like perfect. And I didn't realize it until I built the last GM that I built. And I was like, fuck, I'm gonna have to get another one of these.
Gym can't be that expensive though, right?
I mean, it's like $30 or $40, but I'd rather like trade for it or something, you know? Because I have like a whole nother frame that I'm basically going to cannibalize for one tiny inconsequential piece. I'd rather swap with somebody and just get the armor that I need.
All right, internet, help us out. Need one of them colony gyms for old Justinius. Y'all came through for me on my jinxes right before they canceled.
What GM? What GM?
The colony type.
The colony type master grade, the new one. Donnie's like, let me go look in the warehouse.
Oh, GMG is making a cool rule set. It's campaign based. I like campaigns and bases. Let's Mike, shoot me that on Instagram or something if you think
who's GMG?
I don't know.
The Gorilla mini game. Yeah, well, I feel like I know that.
Is that Ash Barker's company, Gorilla? Geria?
Look, here it comes. And it's plastic.
Whoa! Still
I
wrapped
told you
up.
to go to the warehouse.
Oh shit, bro! He pulled up.
Got
With
that?
it.
You got that serious?
right?
That's the right one.
Yeah, I just need the chest. Like the chest armor.
Just one.
I don't. Well, if I give you the chest, I'm not gonna want the rest of it.
Dispense with the chest. Fuck with the rest.
I can give
Hold
you the
on.
chest armor for mine, and then you can have the other.
Hold on. Oh yeah.
You pull out two like some David Blaine bullshit.
Let him pull out the other one he just built. Oh, you mean this? Excuse me while I whip this out.
All right.
That is Ash's company. All right. That could be cool. I like Ash. He's a proper nerd.
All right. DM me your address. I'll send it to you.
Word.
All right, yeah. I'll we'll chat. We'll talk about it.
Internet saves the day.
Yes.
Fuck
This is
yeah!
the same one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Yeah. I bought this because I like this one so much.
it's a good kit.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I don't need this whole thing. You want me to just send you the whole thing?
You ain't gotta do that, man. I'll trade you for it.
I don't need any gunpla.
I got resin.
Son. Oh,
I got resin. What you need?
You got what?
I got some resin.
No.
Gonna get
y'all
you.
got cars, son.
No. I'm good.
Yo. You need
want
sisters
this?
to battle?
You want this little Mac K dude?
Y'all got
Which
that
one is that?
We got some towel over here.
What kid is that?
It's I don't know. I don't have the instructions. Hey, Hang, what is it?
What is what?
Hey, what is this?
It's like a droidica.
I think it's a fireball.
It's a raptor. No, that's
No,
not a raptor. That's
How
a
the fuck can you tell?
It's fucking
that's a snake eye.
You should know. It doesn't
Yeah, I have a
the thing
snake.
That's a snake
Okay.
eye.
It doesn't
You
have
can-
the thing on the front.
you
Doesn't
can-
the snake eye-
You can tell
No, that's not a snake eye, Hank.
that's a snake eye. Look at the back. It's got the little.
Wait. I can't tell Hank any shit about it.
That's a
Hold
snake
on,
eye.
never mind.
Bro, how
I'm
can you
sorry.
tell?
Yeah, that's a
My
snake eye.
apologies.
Dude, I don't know. They're all the same. They're just a little bit different.
They're toilet dudes.
Wait.
How the fuck you
Excuse me, they're not all the same. They're not all the same. If they're all the
They're
same,
not all the same, but that I can't see
This
the
one's a
bumpy head,
bloody-
so I don't know.
totally different.
What are you looking for?
It's got a bumpy head.
What?
There you go.
What?
yeah, it's a snake eye.
Yeah,
You gotta have a bumpy head to build back hay.
right. See, here's the one that doesn't have the bumpy head. Oh, my light is too.
Yeah, that's a Fireball SG.
Right.
You can tell you can tell the difference between the Fireball SG
Hold on.
from the
I'm gonna
snake
test
eye
you real quick.
without the bumpy head because the Fireball SG, the little radar piece,
Yep.
also raises up higher than on the snake eye. Because it's not, on the snake eye, it's not on a post. It's just embedded in the actual
I thought
shoulder.
it was this.
All right,
'cause it
what
looked
kid
like-
is this, Hang?
I didn't
That
realize
is that's
It's the Starship Enterprise.
that's some kind of AFS, probably a prototype
That's a-
based on the gun.
That's an
What the
AFS. Yep.
I got this too.
Wait, whoa.
Prototype.
Hey, I think I have that.
I'm sitting here laughing at you, but if you did this shit with like any war game from the last 30 years, I'd do the same thing with it.
Bro, I'd be autistic. Let me tell you. All right.
Oh, like I just what in the fuck? It's like that movie about the janitor. Doing math and shit.
Oh, Good Will Hunting.
He's got
Beautiful minds.
something about apples.
Something about computers. Personal computers.
I don't remember. Robin Williams was going to end me. That's all I remember.
This is how I feel when you guys talk AOZ in the group chat.
Okay, no, I'm on the same page. I don't know anything. All I know is that one thing don't have no legs.
It doesn't help that any of those suits seem like
called
you
wart.
basically just took a bunch of consonants and threw them in a blender.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
that's-
can't understand that
It's like-
AOZ shit.
Polish suits.
Yeah. But people who get really into like mostly Matthew and I think Moki and Tom, they get really into AOZ.
I mean, the designs are cool, but I'm just like, what the fuck is a her-doo-doo? Like,
What's up?
and like I finally figure out one of them, and they're like, "That's not even a suit. That's just like this guy's gun." I was like, "What the fuck?"
It's just-
Sorry.
Yeah, it's weird, man.
So it's this is my original suit variant that I'm doing. It's gonna be called the Renegade.
Ooh. I like
Okay.
it.
So
What-
it's a raptor. It's a raptor body, right? But with a raccoon's engine silencer blended in.
And like the legs of an egret.
And then I made this little searchlight thing out of a Zaku shoulder spike.
Nice.
Is that a common thing in Machine Krieger? Like
should
in that, I guess, scene to like where you make your own like special units and like have like a name and shit. I mean, it's just kid bashing Gundam, but it seems way more fun in Machine Krieger.
I think that was where it started, wasn't it, guys?
It wasn't it just kit bash parts?
Yeah, it's all this
I thought there isn't really. Yeah, I thought there really isn't a universe in it. I thought it's just like make whatever
like-
you want out of an egg.
Yeah, it's all eggs and toilets. you know? just shitting these out my doo-doo ass. you know?
Like the her-doo-doo?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a radome out of a toilet seat.
There's a whole group of people that are like obsessed with building this dude's like high as shit fucking 4 a.m. kit bash, and it's fucking amazing.
What? I think there's a fan club for everything. I'm pretty sure there's a fan club just for aftermarket pieces.
There's like some
I
like
think there is.
kit bash cult that I'm not a part of, and I need to know about this. So
Yeah.
Did you guys get anything from the Bandcamp sale today?
read it.
Oh, I got $2.
Huh?
I got $2.
$2.
Just $2.
Yeah, I got desk. What is it? Desk one.
You got what?
$2.
I quit.
So
Oh, I made $2. Like
Oh,
some
I'm
idiot
asking-
bought my song for $2. Yeah.
No, I'm saying, did you guys get any new music from the Bandcamp sale?
Oh,
There's still-
I got quite a bit, man.
oh fuck yeah.
Because I don't know. I've been into like a lot of these younger kids and like pretty much bringing out like old school hardcore right now. So I'm
Right.
stoked on it.
Yeah.
Like it sounds just like the old early '80s stuff, man.
Uh-huh.
Chromags.
Oh, don't get me started, man.
Oh, this is the first time I think I've seen Phil and Jeff talk. They're definitely gonna hit it off.
No, I'm busy falling in love. Don't mind me. But
Music heads.
Chromags, Bad Brains, all
fuck
the
yeah,
I lived for that stuff, man.
old punks. Woo!
Exactly. Well, I didn't find punk rock until I found. I was a metalhead first. Then I found punk rock through.
It's all right. Rock and roll never forget.
Just because I'd hang out like downtown, and that's where all the punks would hang out.
Right.
So you're going to show you the real stuff. I'm like, real stuff, really?
Okay. I was the same way. I got like dragged to my first, like literally dragged to my first rave, and just like fell in love with like noise and breakcore there. So I was just like, okay,
That's cool.
this is my thing now. But
A lot of those guys too, man, were all into like industrial stuff. Like
yeah, I mean that's where I came from.
Skinny Puppy and like Labash.
I may or may not have a gigantic Too Dark Park logo tattooed from my knee to my ankle. Never do.
Just screen print a patch, dude, and just get the jacket.
If you want to talk about some Skinny Puppy, we could do that.
Oh yeah, I love Skinny Puppy, man.
Me too.
I've seen them a couple times.
Me too. They're my favorite band.
Them, was it was it Robin Gristle in a little warehouse?
Yeah.
That was scary as shit.
Yeah, Throbbing Gristle in general would be scary, but
Yeah, they're pretty.
Throbbing Gristle in their natural environment would probably be full on terrifying.
Yeah, I want to go visit them in their practice area, right where the plague pits are.
Nice.
Do you ever see? There's like an old BBC documentary.
Yeah. Synth Britannia.
Yeah, like the whole like synth and stuff. It's cool though, because I mean, I never really even knew that like Human League had like stuff before.
Oh yeah.
They were like a pop band, you know.
Yeah, they all just decided to start making money after a while, but yeah, they were all writing some pretty out there shit before.
Yeah, they're like all into like the whole futurism, you know, and stuff.
Right.
There's one bit of Synth Britannia I actually want to sample because there's a part where the announcer goes, "Dust off your cogs and megs."
Well, you know who that is, don't you?
Who is that?
It's the fucking dude from the Mighty Boosh.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And, the glam dude.
Oh no.
Yeah. That's one.
That's funny, dude. He would just his infatuation with what's his name, Gary Newman.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's not coincidental. That was kind of that dude's shit.
Mm-hmm.
I also have an infatuation with Gary Newman, so I can understand that. So it works out okay.
Yeah.
You know, I cut this thing into these pieces, so it should go back into them, right? I think that's just part of it. Oh well. I've apparently invented non-Euclidean geometry and didn't even mean to.
What the fuck did you call me?
Yeah, you heard me. Yeah.
So,
Oh, all right, boys, you ready to wrap up?
Yep.
sure.
My dad.
You sure you don't want to listen to me talk about bands nobody likes more? Because
I would love to, but friends are waiting on me, so
you're a patient man, and I love you.
Never did.
Trust me. If my homies weren't waiting on me, I would sit here and do this for another 2 hours.
No big.
No
We'll see y'all
problem.
next week. Yeah.
Anybody want to plug their stuff before we go?
You can check me on Instagram. It's the same name.
There you go, FIL.
FIL, the Metal Modeler.
Word. I have nothing to sell you. I have no plugs. Spend your money on some music on Bandcamp today because the bands get all the money.
Yep, exactly, dude. And they'll take anything. Dude. $4 is good.
Hangs up.
Oh yeah. Whoops. Sorry.
Go back to him. No. Yeah.
No.
So yeah, I'm at the same handle pretty much everywhere online, and that's about it.
Yeah, I know you.
This is Uncle Ricky from Ricky's Truck Nuts. Yeah, actually,
Schroeder.
go buy music on Bandcamp. Don't. Yeah, just do that. I have. Yep. Blue Tech.
Oh, good. Blue
Buy
Tech
Buy some Blue Tech.
analog. It's awesome.
Oh,
Donnie.
shit.
You know me. I'll be around.
You think you know me?
You know me. Same old guy.
Oh shit.